Hare Krishna. Welcome to our channel Droplets of Nectar. In this video, we will be seeing the knowledge of the Absolute, bird view of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita entitled Knowledge of the Absolute. In the last chapter, 6th chapter, we have studied the different types of yoga procedure, different types of meditation procedure, yoga ruruksha stage, yoga arudh stage, different procedures of ashtang yoga like yam, niyam, pranayam, dhan, dharana till samadhi. And now, and at the end, Krishna described who is the best yogi. Krishna says that one who entails and focuses his mind only on the bhakti process, only on the lotus feet of Krishna, is said to be the best yogi. Yoginam api sarvesham mad bhakte labhate param. Who is always focusing his mind on lotus feet of Krishna is said to be the best yogi. Mad bhakta labhate param. So here we will be stating what is next instruction of Krishna in the 7th chapter. 7th chapter is having total 30 shlokas. So we will be only seeing the flowchart study of this whole 30 shlokas. So first 3 shlokas describes about the glories of the knowledge about Lord Krishna. Krishna, after hearing this knowledge, what will happen to us? What will be the glories? What is described about Krishna? So hearing this knowledge about Krishna reveals phenomenal and numinous knowledge, Gyan about Krishna, Vigyan about Krishna. We will get realized knowledge, and it is very rare. We will get to understand Maya Asakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Mad Ashraya. Hence, Krishna reveals this knowledge to Krishna that, O Krishna, O Arjuna, now here Ashraya, by taking shelter of me, you will be getting all kind of knowledge and you will be free from all doubts, asamshayam. So if we are to get free from all kind of doubts, the only way is to hear the knowledge of the Absolute from the real Absolute, Sri Krishna himself. Then in the 4th shloka to 12th shloka, Krishna describes the knowledge of his energies. In the 4th and 5th shloka, material energy is described, that is constituting of earth, water, air, fire, ether. And then the spiritual energy is described in the 5th shloka. It comprises of the living entities. Then in the 6th and 7th shloka, Krishna is describing that he is the creator, maintainer and destroyer of everything. Then in 8th to 12th shloka, Krishna is describing how Krishna is all pervasive and the essence of everything is nothing but the 3 modes of material nature. Then in 13th and 14th shloka, Krishna describes that how the jiva, living entity, is deluded by the modes and can transcend these to surrender to Krishna. So if we have to surrender to Krishna, then we have to rise above the 3 modes of material nature. Then in the 15th and 16th shloka, there are 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna and 4 types of people who do not surrender to Krishna are described. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna. So there are 4 types of people who came to Krishna, who can surrender to Krishna. So description of these 4 people is described in this shloka. Then in the 17th and 19th, 17, 18, 19 shlokas, these 3 shloka, Krishna is describing those person who surrender to Krishna are magnanimous and is best of them. A pure devotee is extremely rare. So it is very rare to surrender to Krishna. It is described in the 13th to 19th shloka. Then in the 20th to 25th shloka, Krishna describes about 2 topics, demigod worship and impersonalism. So in 20 to 23rd shloka, 20, 21, 22, 23, these 4 shloka Krishna describes about the demigod worshippers. Krishna says demigod worshippers are very less intelligent and their fate is also given by Krishna himself. Krishna is only the giver of all the valuables that demigod gives. They get quick material results and that are perishable. So quick material results are given by demigods, which are ever perishable. The impersonalist and the unintelligent, Krishna is not revealing himself to anyone. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself. Krishna always keeps himself secret for those who are impersonalist. Lastly, concluding this chapter, Krishna last in shlokas 26 to 30, Krishna says, from delusion by Maya to devotion to Krishna, how one living entity can rise. So this last section is described in it. In 26th shloka, Krishna says, Krishna is knowing everyone's past, present and future. We may not be knowing anything, but Krishna knows our past, present and future. This is described in the 26th shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. And then in the 7th chapter, 27 to 28 shlokas, Krishna describes how all jivas are born into delusion and one who is sinless do bhakti with determination. So a living entity can do bhakti only if one get rid of all kind of sin. Then in 29th shloka, moksha kami bhakti, that takes shelter of Krishna, is described. One who is desirous of moksha, he only takes shelter of Krishna for liberation. Then in the 30th shloka, Krishna says, knowing Krishna to be Adi Bhut, Adi Dev and Adi Yagya, one takes continuous shelter of him. Krishna is Adi Bhut, Adi Dev and Adi Yagya. In this way, all the 30 shlokas describe the glories and the final knowledge of the Absolute is given in this 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, containing 30 verses and describing all the unlimited glories of Krishna. So this was the bird view of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In detail, we will be going in the future videos. We can see in the future videos. Hare Krishna.